You don't know how this goes. Let's not pretend. Give it a few seconds, I guess people that watch for the replay, this is for you. Replay, gang, gang, gang. Everybody else that's live. Appreciate you for being here. That's the cool thing about being able to understand your audience, understanding the live stream, knowing that people don't show up right away. You can talk your stuff. You can do your thing. I'm here in the dark. Anybody watching the first 30 seconds or so, first minute. Why is he taking so long to get through the intro? Because I can. Who else is here? You know, of course, this live stream, as always, it may or may not be for you. But consider this labels, you know, identity politics, you know, I guess, how do you self identify? Whether cisgendered or pansexual, bisexual, trisexual, metrosexual, motosexual, I don't know, all type of sexual. Um, do labels matter? Where do they stand? Where do they fit in today's society? You know, I have my viewpoints on them. As far as labels are concerned. There are people out there who, you know, maybe one day they identify another way, and then the next they identify somewhere else. How much do they matter in the society? How confusing, can it be? What do you think about that? Mm. Of course, I'm here by myself, so anybody watching this part will be watching the replay. I have time. I have time tonight. So just give it time. You let it breathe a little bit. Mm. And for those people that are live tonight doing their thing, shout out and kudos to you. And as always, welcome to the late shift with your man Mel Mel. As I'm doing what I do, I understand it is Saturday night, and usually at this time, I'm either just getting home or I'm out on a train or something like that. I get it. Maybe this is not your live stream. Maybe this is not for you. But I still keep going. Still I rise. I will survive. Let's see how that works. But as far as things go, you know, when it comes to labels, when it comes to how people, identify, with their sexuality, with, how they're seen, it's kind of a paradox in a way. Maybe some people say it won't be because you don't want to go to the heteronormative, gender classifications, or maybe you're not into, the way society may seem it. And there's things that are wrong about, how people are viewed and how one is, or society is always looking to label somebody and, put a stamp on it, a mark on it, or say, this is who you are and this is who you'll always be, So that is that. Thank you for the one person that came through. You know, I was wondering how long it's going to be. But, there is that thing where, you start to wonder, you know, um, where do labels stand? I mean, is it something that we should go without labels in society? Is it something where, you shouldn't be seen as a man or seen as a woman or just seen as a being? Is it something where, it's right to, be gender bending? I mean, I have my thoughts, my opinions on that. I don't know, excuse me, how you feel about that. Maybe it's something that does something for you. Hey, Llama Monster, appreciate you for coming through. I wonder how you feel about labels. Are they important in society? What are your thoughts on, I guess identity politics, how people self-identify, be it by race, be it by creed, be it by color, be it by sexuality, by religion, how do you feel about that? I mean, some people say, how do you self-identify? I remember there was a meme where there was this cop. It's a famous meme going around now, at least for some folks. There was this cop who was arresting this black woman, and in the meme it says, the black lady saying to the cop, "I don't feel comfortable with you, basically, searching me. I want a woman cop." And then the cop comes back in jest. He says, It's a good thing that I self-identify as a female, and it's kind of crazy, but it kind of causes that thing. So it's like, how do you approach something like that? When somebody who looks like they're clearly a female doesn't identify as a traditional heteronormative, female. They're a being or pansexual, monosexual, some folks cisgendered, and other genders. I don't know all the titles. I don't know all the names and stuff like that. But it is interesting. And let me go back to the comment from Lava Monster. Labels can strip people and define parameters. They are modern shackles. Well, I hear you, Lava Monster, and some people feel that way. But, I guess when it comes to labels, you know, should it be a situation where things, go without being defined? Is it a label to say that you're a man? Is it a label to say someone is a woman? Is it a label to say, is it wrong to call something, as it is? I mean, some people have issues with it, from a religious perspective, saying that, as you were born, so you are, and no change in that. Some people are saying that, maybe they were a man, born in a woman's body and vice versa, and, there's the realities that come with that. So there's definitely different arguments. There's definitely different, constructs that come with that. And as you were saying, Lama Master, that labels are modern shackles, but how are they modern shackles? I mean, that's what I would want to know. I mean, there are people who feel that way and subscribe to that, that labels are modern shackles, and they constrict people and they divide people and they unfairly categorize and define people, which in a lot of ways can be true. But what happens when a label actually clearly defines who you are? Or what if it's not so much about the label, but the definition of who you are? What if that definition is true? What if that definition is you? That's why it gets the waters get a little murky at times, because it's like, okay, I understand an individual's rights to be free, to be different. How far is too far? Is there far enough? Should it be something that's pushed? Like I said, and like I said, this conversation is not for everybody. I'm surprised I got anybody in the chat room tonight, but that's also too could be a construct of the fact that it's Saturday night. So if it's Saturday night and folks are out there drinking and getting tossed up, and you sitting here watching Mel, either you're very dedicated or something wrong with you. I don't know. It's all good, maybe both. Every person's perception is their own reality. Sometimes their reality is nonsense. This is true, Lama Master. Sometimes your reality can be nonsense. Sometimes it's not even an adult point of view. It's a childish point of view that you're coming from. Sometimes it's overly emotional, based upon how your feelings are. Because it can get confusing sometimes when you're looking at how people may identify. One day a person may identify as a man, then a woman, then you may not want to identify as a human being at all. Then it's just based upon your feelings. It may be based upon how you were treated in the past. There's a whole host of things that could, really could contribute to, why a person, feels that they should be categorized the way that they are or not. Things are named something. There's definition in things by design. Reality is what it is. Sometimes maybe we can take it a little too far. We're trying to be so different that we forget that, hey, it's okay to be called something. It's okay to be, defined in some way that categorizes who you actually are. Maybe folks don't want to hear that. Maybe that's not for you. It's definitely understandable. Definitely something that I get. You don't try to push anybody and make anybody feel like or be something that they're not. But what do you do when you're actually, something that you feel that you're not? How do you deal with that? And I don't know. Like I said, I say to anybody else out in the chat, I'll be curious. I know Lama Master said his piece. How would you feel, about labels? Are they necessary? Are they relevant in society? Should it be something that we pay attention to? At what point do they actually matter? Do they not matter? Should labels be something that, we disregard? Definitions and categories imply lesser or greater importance by their very existence. Well, please elaborate, Llama Monster. I would love to know what you mean by your statement that you put into the chat. I mean, that's an interesting thing that you just said there. I'll read it again. It says definitions and categories imply lesser or greater importance by their very existence. You know what I mean? By definition, something could be defined just simply as it is. But what you're saying is based upon the definition of something, it could have greater or lesser importance, which without definition or without, I guess, attention to details, something of interest can have greater or lesser importance based on one's emotions. How do you feel about it from time to time? Thank you for the three people that are here. Just talking about labels. How much are they important to you? You know, how do you feel about, I guess, gender, not gender, identity politics, one's self-identification within the world and, just, heteronormative or non-heteronormative, just society and whatnot. This may be a deep philosophical or thought-provoking conversation, or this conversation may or may not be for you. And I understand that. The more information you provide, the greater the chance someone will have a problem with you. Well, if that's the case, Llama Monster, then there's probably people that have a lot of problems with me at all. Some people may say I'm giving information. Some people may say I'm just giving a point of view. Some people may say shouldn't be talking at all. Who does this man think he is? Tell that so-and-so bleepity bleep to sit down. Turn off that live stream. Bleep, bleep, bleep. So I can definitely relate to that. But then people may, be against you because you sound like you a know-it-all or something like that. Hopefully that's not the case and or the situation, but you never know. So it's a situation where I look at it and I say, hey, if people have a problem with you for having information, if people have a problem with you for seeking the truth and finding out who you really are, what things really are about in society, then so be it. Who am I? Who am I to stop you? Who am I to tell you, you can't be ignorant? I don't know. That's just how I feel about the situation. I think sometimes about, like I said, the identity politics, the gender, situation, people's labels are not wanting to be defined. I just want to be clearly different. And I get the person's need. I get people's need to want to be different and not to be defined because sometimes the labels that people put on us don't fit the stereotypical nature, of where things come from. Don't, really identify with who we truly are, be it race, be it based on sexuality, be it based on, politics, religion, just family background, your own ideologies, your principles, what you were taught. A lot of things that people were taught, weren't always, the best, the best of philosophies or information and things like that. A lot of people who were lied to in school, maybe lied to in their church, lied to by their family, lied to by society as to who they really were or really are or should be. So I can understand why people would feel the need not to, want to go along with the status quo or would not want to be defined in the way that one should be traditionally defined or would be traditionally defined. So there is this impetus to remove yourself from the norms of society, the impetus not to be stereotyped. People like organizing things and putting things into neat little boxes. It's not a good idea to do that to other people. I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000% on that, Llama Monster. It's really not good to put people into boxes and labels and categories. If you want to put yourself in a category, if you want to self-identify, if you want to, do that with yourself, fine. Now, I'm not mad at somebody if they identify me as I'm born, as I am. But then when it goes into, gender, once we go past gender and race, then it becomes a problem. How you begin to try to identify me and categorize me can definitely become an issue all in itself, because who are you to know who I really am? Who are you to know how I really get down? Are you the judge of all life? So that's why labeling can really, be a problem. Mm. But I definitely come back with you on that, Llama Monster, and I go back to what you were saying. Putting things into neat little boxes it's not a good idea to do that to other people because you can miscategorize a person. You can really, stereotype a person to the point where, you miss the whole essence and value and strength of who they are. You know, people are so much more than a gender. A lot of times people are so much more than a race, so much more than a religion, so much more than a way of thinking. I mean, human beings can do beautiful things and reach far beyond what you've imagined. But that's a whole that's a whole nother level right there. But as it pertains to this life now, where we are, I mean, people are ever evolving in different ways. I guess mentally, physically, spiritually. Always trying to become and reach new heights and do different things. And I don't know. I guess it is like that. Trying to put it in a neat little box. It's not always the coolest thing, not always the best thing to do. Because like I said, sometimes you miss the point. Of humanity, of this life. What it's about. It's not so much about trying to dominate and categorize and control and basically figure out who that one person is or what that one situation may be. It's rough like that, but it does come to a point where we try to understand each other. We try to see where people are coming from. Sometimes people just don't want to be put in a box, like Lama Master was saying, a neat little box, just tucked away and put away because people feel the need to understand you or try to put things in a proper perspective. Sometimes you just want to be. Sometimes you just want to figure out for yourself who you are and what you're about and where you stand and where you fit in this world. Learning yourself. A lot of times we have too many people trying to tell us who we are and what we are and how we should be and how we should think. And it's a control thing. And a lot of people don't want to be controlled. They don't want to be categorized. They don't want to be told what to do. They don't want to be put in a vein, in a lane, I don't know, in a perfect setting, situation, a understandable category for those people who just are too lazy to find out what's going on out in the world. But on the flip side, you do have the need or the necessariness, the reality of what is, the reality of what exists in nature, the reality of that there's male, there's female, there's reproductive, you know, um, there's alterations and augmentations that happen. If you were only as the attractive security guard, even though that's not negative, it doesn't represent who you are. People do that with lots of jobs. Just the guy that does the thing. Yeah, I agree with you, Lama Monster. And sometimes that's sad. A lot of times, every time it's sad. Sometimes people will see you do one thing, which I am the attractive man who does security and other things. Ladies, I'm available. I know it's Saturday night. Come check me out, Mel, for your love and pleasure. But anyway, you know, people do have a tendency to be put in a box and said, okay, Lama Monster is just somebody who likes to, collect foreign currency. He's the guy, he's the money collector, he's the llama guy. When you're so much more than just a llama, you know. There's probably a song somewhere in there. I'm more than a llama, more than a llama. Anyway, we're not going to go there. But for the most part, it is a situation where, you begin to say, hey, you know what? They don't get it. They don't understand that I'm more than just one thing. At any given time, I can, be a father. I can be a son, a mother, a daughter, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a brother, a father figure, a father, all that stuff, a mentor, a teacher, a preacher, so many different things. And on the negative side as well, but I guess it comes into knowing yourself, as it pertains to, identity, politics, labels, and, what's normal or the new normal in society. I say no matter how you self-identify, no matter how you, see yourself or put yourself out in any vein, any category, any particular way, it's important for you to know who you are. It's important to know, what makes you special. It's important to know what makes you tick. It's important to know what makes you grow. It's important to know what makes your life worthwhile and worth value and stuff like that. So, I say to anybody out there, hey, don't be afraid to explore. but be open-minded enough to, regardless of how, unconforming you want to be to society, that you realize, society and life for what it is. If you do see and look at yourself in the mirror and you do see a certain reality, be willing to, acknowledge and deal with that reality, that's before you. Now, if you want to be something else after that, fine, I get it. I'm not knocking you, but acknowledge what's there first, or what you were given, or where you're coming from. Some people may be turned off by those statements, and I understand. But I just say, hey, I try not to overthink this stuff, and I encourage people not to overthink it as well. When it comes to who you are and where you come from and how you are. And I appreciate you, Llama Monster, for being here. Definitely rocking out with me. This is one of those nights, one of those live streams. Definitely one of those live streams. This is one of those live streams that will test you. Yeah, man, it will test you. But I tell people a lot of times, man, sometimes you just need a few. Sometimes you're gonna be in a live stream, it's just gonna be one person listening to you, supporting you. How much do you want it then? So definitely, definitely, definitely. But shout out to you, Llama Monster. But yeah, as far as things go, it gets real. It gets interesting. Just dealing with the whole, gender, identity. The politics that's around how one, self-identifies and whatnot. It's just, I don't know. I don't know where do you want to go with it. Definitely, where do you want to go with it? I mean, it comes down on different sides. I tell people not to, you know, uh, go hard against each other or be negative to somebody because they may be different, or they may feel different, or they want to be born into another body or something like that, or they want to change their appearance. Sometimes people feel what they don't understand, and that's always a problem right there when you have something that you may not understand coming from the youth, another generation that may see themselves differently. I say to the older folks who are used to, a certain normative way, or a heteronormative, way of looking at things, be quick to listen, slow to speak, first listen to understand, then to be understood. Have a conversation, try to bridge the gap, try to understand why, the youngsters or different people of this generation or the generations to come may want to identify as they are, or as they feel, or as they see fit. Try to understand where they're coming from. We don't always all have to agree, but we can come to some kind of consensus. We can see eye to eye with each other. I don't have to agree, with the lifestyle that you live, but I don't have to tear you down. If I sexually identify as a Mack truck, that would mean I have a mental disorder just because someone identifies as something that doesn't make it reality. What's going on? Cargo Sparrow. Wow, Cargo Sparrow. So no more Cargo 619. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. 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 I didn't know. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. Wow. I like the name change. Welcome, Miss Sparrow. Appreciate you for coming through to the live stream. You're helping to rescue the live stream from me and Llama Monster. Basically, I was talking about identity politics, how one self-identifies. How much does it matter? Labels. How one sees themselves. Sexually, religiously. Just ethnically. That's just what it is. Yeah, Jack, my future husband, Jack Sparrow. Funny, funny. Well, I think your current husband, your current husband, may have a couple of words about that. This Mr. Sparrow fellow. You identify as a mouse. Yeah, I could imagine. I mean, a part of the Disney family. But yeah, I'm just talking about whether or not these things matter. How much does it matter? That people identify, in different things that are not so much so as the traditional roles that a man and a woman, you know, like man and women, stuff like that. My current husband has nothing to say. He's all up to, wow, funny. People that identify outside of the bounds of biological reality have a mental disorder. Um, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. even though I just said that reading your comments. Yeah, so I don't believe that. Let me say, I just read the comments. So anybody that says I'm saying that, I wouldn't go that far with it. I would say that it's important to understand where people are coming from. We are in genres like that. We know they are beyond our reach. Um, what? What? Who's beyond your reach? Jack Sparrow? You lost me with that one. You and Lama Monster lost me with the last two comments. One is talking about a fictional pirate. The other one is talking about people who are mental disorders. I'm not quick to say anybody has a mental disorder because of a label or how they may identify it or whatever the case may be. But I will say that I fight to understand. Right after that, I say identify as a mouse. Well, if you want to identify as a mouse, then I'm not gonna stop you, But yeah, I'm not gonna stop you. Let's just say it like that. I see different, but yeah, it's what it is. It's what it is. Yeah, I know you're just being silly, but some people take that seriously. A lot earlier, Lama Monster identify as a Mack truck. Identity politics, for those that don't know, is a tendency for people of a particular religion, race, social background, etc., to form exclusive political alliances, moving away from traditional, broad-based party politics, i.e., that of, maybe something of the Muslim religion, or if you're Catholic or Protestant, or if it's racial, identify, as the black man, or identify as a woman, and women's politics and stuff like that. That's one, part of it, you know. So that's that, you know. Then there's also the other side of it, as far as, I just, you know, um, people just not wanting to be defined, in the ways that, men and women were defined, let's say 50 years ago, wanting to flip the roles on its head. As far as people saying, a woman shouldn't be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen cooking, or the man shouldn't be the only one that's the breadwinner, or, the things that men can do, or women can, men can do, women can do as well, wanting to be part of the military in ways of combat roles, and, they want to get the GI Jane on and stuff like that, and wanting to be seen, for, you know, the people that they are, equal pay, women's rights to equal pay and stuff like that. So, breaking the barriers and, moving past the labels, do have a great benefit of it, but, when it's too far, it become too far, when does, it become a situation where people, are going outside the bounds, so it's, it's kind of crazy, definitely it's kind of crazy. And I just try to, put it in perspective. I'm really now just asking questions, so that's just what it is. I'm not trying to, say that, this is one way or that's another way. I'm just interested to understand where people come from, what will make a person just decide, hey, one day, I don't want to identify as a man, I'd rather identify as a woman or whatever. Someday I will tell you my thoughts on equality, but not tonight. Well, yeah, no, definitely, definitely, definitely. This is just me asking questions and wondering about the situation. I don't expect many people to tell me their thoughts on equality and, gender classifications and identity politics and labels and stuff like that tonight. This is just me putting it out there into the universe. They say if a tree falls in the forest and no one heard it, did it make a sound? Probably not. But if a live stream happens on YouTube and nobody shows up, was it a live stream? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is. It is a live stream because I have two people here, and you don't understand how much I care about just having you two people here, you and Lama Monster. It means a lot to me, because these are the live streams that are the challenge to get through. These are the live streams that are challenging to do, because there was a couple of people that came through to this live stream and they dipped in and out. Some lurkers, they seeing, oh, he's talking about labels. Let's see what Mel is talking about. Let me dip out. My live streams may not be the happy-go-lucky, fun-loving things that everybody want to see, but I talk about what I talk about. It is what it is. A sparrow, cargo sparrow. It is what it is. I'm not mad. You got to take the good with the bad. If I can have nights where I have, 15, 20 people, in the chat, then I could go live with the nights, where there's two people in the chat, two awesome people, you know, but you and Llama Monster, you know, and I know me and Llama basically were having a one-on-one conversation right now, before you came in. We were basically having a one-on-one conversation. The you know, um, Llama said some real stuff. But I listen. I'm glad that you said what you said, Llama. I mean, other people can be afraid of saying what they feel, but that's what it is. People are afraid of saying the wrong thing or offending someone. I don't have that problem. Well, listen. I guess we don't have that problem together, Llama Monster, because somebody has to have the conversation. I mean, what's the point of being here on YouTube? What's the point of having the ability to say these things if every 5 seconds you got to worry about whether you're going to offend somebody? Then that means what do? You not have private thoughts. You can't think things to yourself. Where you worried about the government coming in there saying, "Oh, you thought something that was racially insensitive." Come on now. So much truth. Oh, I know people get offended by what I say, but I don't care. I'm just tired. Nah, it's like that, Cargo. But the reality is that people are afraid. People are afraid to speak up, and this is true. But this is what happens, though. People get afraid to speak up, and they let it fester, and they let it build. And then when something happens, it's like a powder keg. It's like a accident waiting to happen. It's like a disaster, that's on the edge of the cliff, just waiting for the cliff to fall over, and then there's an avalanche, and then you can't stop it. That's why I speak about these things now. That's why I try to bring up these conversations and things now, because I have a lot of difficult conversations, be it here, online, and offline, and in parts of my life and stuff like that. I'm not scared people are going to think what they're going to think, no matter what I have to say about it. This is true. This is true. Which I'll tell you a story about that, Cargo. Since you brought that up, I have a story. Yes. So when I was a young 19-year-old doing security, a young strapping young man, almost like young Jack Sparrow. They call me a young Mel out in these streets, for real. So I was working doing security, and I made a mistake. I was working in the shelter, and I miscounted two of the children coming in with the parent. I said, the count was one adult, two children, but it was one adult, one child. Okay, I made a mistake. And my supervisor, God bless her heart, rest in peace, Miss White, she came swooping around the corner with the write-up, and she, said my last name, which I won't say here on the live stream. And she was like, bleep, bleep, or let's just say Mel, for the sake of this conversation. Mel, you could say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, I'm going to think what I want to think. And the moral of this story is, regardless of whether you're right or wrong, and you're trying to explain yourself to people, folks are going to think what they want to think, regardless. So, regardless of whether or not I have 2 people, or 20 people, or 200 people, watching this live stream, guess what? There are people having this conversation, whether we are on the live stream or not. There are people out there who are trying to come at it from an adult point of view, whether they want to say it or not, online, so that's what happens. And then there was Big Dog Leather. I appreciate you, Big Dog, for coming through. Thank you for being here in the chat. I got 3 people in the chat. So I'm at the 805 Road King minimum. What I was talking about, Big Dog, is something that you may or may not get into. I don't know if you want to talk about this or give your opinion, which I don't judge you either way. I'm just talking about labels, identity politics, how you self-identify, whether you identify as a man, a woman, pansexual, cisgendered, non-gendered, whether you get into the heteronormative thing. I want to know, do labels, still matter? Do the, heteronormative, way of thinking, does it still matter? Or, is there such thing as, dispersion of all labels and stuff like that, and I asked myself the question. I was thinking to myself, and I'm not trying to take a shot at anybody. I was over by the High Line, and oh wow, yeah, that is an interesting that is an interesting comment. Pansexual, heterosexual. But I understand it. I understand it. I'm thinking myself too, and not to be negative towards anybody. This is just questions I'm asking. Llama Monster was he's a little animated. Some people don't necessarily believe that I'm a monster, and I try not to judge people and beat them down. If you feel like you were born a woman trapped in a man's body, then that's something you have to work out. So that's just really what that is. But big dog letter, that's what I was talking about. How much that matters. And I was thinking to myself, with I guess the political correctness in society, I'm saying to myself, and I was really asking the question: is it okay to just be celebrated as a man, who is a man and heteronormative, cisgendered man, or meaning cisgendered as the man, as the sex that you were born at birth and whatnot. So it's real like that. It's real like that. People get really hot and heavy, and really emotional about these things and whatnot. So, I just come from that perspective, So I understand that this is not for you. I understand that this is not the conversation for you. But that's where I was at with it, big dog. And some of this is maybe a little too deep for folks. So, maybe I'm naive in my approach to this. Maybe I'm naive in the willingness or ability to try to have these type of conversations. But I know there's people, out there who have these type of conversations, but it's about a controversy. It's about, coming at it from a standpoint of, I'm trying to attack somebody, or I'm trying to beat somebody down and stuff like that. And nah, it's not. It's not. I see a theme with last night's live stream and tonight's live stream. What theme do you see, Cargo? Please let me see. Let me see. What is the theme, Cargo? I'm very interested. I'm very interested to to hear what you have to say. I mean, there's some type of theme. What was last night's live stream about? What was it about? Yeah, I had so many things I could have talked about tonight too. I mean, after you tell me the theme, I'll tell you what I was gonna talk about, and I had to pull back from. Please tell me the theme, and I'll get into the other stuff. Because I thought about it. I said, should I go there? Should I even put it there? That big old dictionary, funny, race baiting. Oh wow. Well, so I talked about race baiting, and I talked about, I guess, how do you call this? Labels. Talked about self identification, identity politics. It's mama of liberalism. It's a mantra of liberalism. Well, some people would say that. Well, for me, it's just conversation, because what I started to talk about, I could have easily named this live stream other people's problems, other people's drama. What I was going to talk about is, how other people may drop their drama on you, or try to pull you into their nonsense, and have you wondering about what's going on and whatnot. And I know this is not the live stream for a lot of people. They may have, heard what was going on and said, "All right, look, I had enough of this. I don't know where this black man is going and whatnot." So, I see some people, out there. I know they know I'm live, but like I said, this is not a live stream for everybody. So I don't pretend to have it be that, And besides, I don't make it to everybody's live streams. So I get it. I appreciate it though. You know, it is what it is. And vice versa. This is why, and I'll tell you the truth, when I have live streams like this is why I don't feel bad. No. I mean, it's what it is, Cargo. It is what it is. But this is why I don't feel bad when I don't make other people's live streams. Believe me, every time. I remember I had a live stream, no exaggeration. I got 15 seconds of watch time. 15 seconds. I was like, what? I got 15 seconds of watch time, and I was just like, all right, I mean, it is what it is. And then I look over at the next live, and I see somebody talking about something that has nothing to do with nothing. They're literally up there just subbing. Yeah, 15 seconds. And today I did a live stream. Was it today or the other day I did a live stream, and it was a live stream 16 seconds. No exaggeration. I'm not lying to you. I think the one I did at the Highline Bridge today, when I first finished it and I clicked it, it got 16 seconds of watch time. So that's something to brag about. I've done live streams that have gotten 16 to 15 seconds of live stream time. So it is what it is. But I ain't mad. I ain't mad. Right now, I'm just doing this and talking. I'm trying to extend the conversation and whatnot. I mean, part of this is having, a difficult conversation. Another part of this is actually me trying to get the watch time. So, I mean, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on here. Maybe it's the time of day or something. It is the time of day. It is a Saturday night. So, on Saturday nights, I'm competing with some heavyweights. I really am. As it pertains to that. I couldn't even tell that stuff because I don't look at it really. I just do what I do. Well, Cargo, you're a gem. You're a special individual, and I say it in the best possible way because you have the most fun when you come on YouTube and you're not crunching the numbers, when you're just putting stuff out there, when you're just doing what you do. Because it does come to a situation where it can be a little bit exhausting. It can be annoying trying to meet the quota, trying to like make sure you hit certain markers and stuff like that. It can get very annoying. I've got to watch time and subs, and they still haven't gotten around to monetize me. Yeah, thanks for you get from. Well, it's no, it's real, Cargo. Some of the things I'm saying to you is just not about ego. It's not like you cutting me a check, Cargo. So it's not like I'm cutting you a check. So what I'm saying to you is just real. It's just based off of my interaction with you, what I see from you in the community, just coming by to support your channel and whatnot. Yeah, it's serious, So I don't have any reason to lie to you. Like I said, I'm not gonna get extra watch time for what I said. Like I said, if I was gonna get extra watch time for complimenting you folks, oh my God, it would be a 3-hour live stream about Cargo and Lava Monster. Yes, he's the greatest llama to ever live, and she's Cargo Sparrow, Cargo of the pirate of the Caribbean. Like I said, oh my God. I would be like a cheerleader for you. I put on a Cargo and Llama Monster shirt and just split it in half and just start going. I have your poster somewhere. You a Llama Monster and Cargo up there in the background somewhere. Oh my God! Like I said, yeah. I need to pirate my pirate pick back on. Yeah, there you go. R matey. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said. So it's just real. Just genuine admiration, respect, for the folks that come through, and I appreciate it. And for the other folks that can't come through or don't want to come through, I appreciate it. We'll kick it when we kick it. Like I said, I get it. People are doing things, I'm not mad at them or whatnot. So, it is cool and important to do this for the love, and it's important to, really have a reason or, some kind of goal behind what you're trying to do here and whatnot and not be mad at the results. Results may vary, even with the live stream, But this is still the late shift with Mel, and I appreciate it. It's hard to get them to draw the crowd every night, especially, when you're not doing things in a certain way. Sometimes it's just really talking and holding people's attention and trying to do what I do. I don't want to be labeled. I don't want to just be any other regular live stream, but that's what it is. Sometimes when you're live, I don't come in and it's in the AM because I have music playlists. Yeah, no, definitely, no. Listen, Cargo. You didn't even have to explain because, like I said, there are people that dipped in and out, and that's just what it is. It is what it is. People have different interests. People have different things going on. I don't hold it against folks. It's interesting because what I've learned is that if you're on your end doing what you got to do and you're busy and stuff is going on, guess what? That's going to be the same for me. There's times when people are going live and I just can't show up, or sometimes I just don't show up because I'm tired. Sometimes there's things going on, other stuff happening, just transpiring the way that it does. And I'm just grateful for that, but I still keep doing what I do. That's why, I can still have conversations like this. Now, the question is, what do I talk about next? Where do I go with next? Because I still got so many other live streams. Yeah, I was like bopping to Backstreet today, and when you were live, but I was feeling I'm dancing my way around the kitchen. No, it's all good. Because when I went live earlier on, Cargo, I was just live for. I was only live for like a minute or so. I don't even think I was live for that long. Just 2-3 minutes, if anything. I think it was just a minute. I wasn't trying to not Backstreet, Blackstreet. Okay. You said Blackstreet. Oh my God, I thought you said, what you know about Blackstreet? I like the way you work it, no diggity. I like to bag it up. My fault. I thought you said Backstreet. Sorry, I wasn't trying to stereotype. I wasn't trying to label you. That's just literally what I thought I saw in the chat. It's late. Of course, I'm gonna blame a lot of things on lateness. Yeah, yeah. No diggity. I like to bag it up. Let me find out Lava Monster. You know about that? Lava Monster know about that. That was one of my favorite songs from the Black Street. Wow, you listen to the Black Street. Black Streets back. All right. Nah, it's just I just mix too many songs. I ain't gonna lie. I like a little Backstreet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, yeah. That's what's up. I mean, I can listen to both of them. I've never listened. I don't think I've ever listened to Backstreet and then Blackstreet back to back. Yeah, yeah. Nah, it's smooth for real. Nah, it's smooth for real. It's smooth for real, Llama Monster. Smooth like me. Very VOS. What is it? VSOP. Very very smooth like yours truly. You know what I'm saying? Um, I It's an empty bottle that I keep. Use it as a prop sometimes. I like to fill it with tea and pretend like it's drinking or whatever. I can still smell some of the liquor in there. But anyway, that's another story. We're not going to get into all that. I love my old school jams. Yes, I love my old school jams too. I've been listening to a lot of old school jams lately, though. I mean, I've been listening to SWV. Who else I was listening to? I listened to was it Soul for Real? Wow, I listened to a couple of songs. I listened to some old Dr. Dre. Situations like that. I like listening to the Ice Cube. How this is how we do it. You get no love, and I thought you knew it, fool. You know how we do it. Let's see. He said you gotta jack me. What he said? Jack be nimble and Jack be quick if you want to jack me on the lick, cause I'm that fool from South Central. Oh man, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I got a lot of dope songs out there, man. A lot of old school jams. I remember when MC Hammer was popping. Hammer don't hurt him. Too legit, too legit to quit. Hey, hey, I'm too legit. Oh my God. And then TLC, all that stuff, whatnot. Oh my God, I have a friend that whenever we look at the clock and it says 7:02 next to each other, we bring my girls right in front of them. Can you repeat that? Oh my God, 7:02. Text each other where my girls at. That's funny. What's up, Yas Poet? Appreciate you for coming through. What we were talking about in this chat, Yas Poet. I know you're probably not gonna stay long. Just talking about labels. How people self-identify. How important it was. Or it is to society. Like just identity politics and stuff like that. And then we just kind of veered off into other parts of the conversation. Popular music nowadays is awful. That's not because I'm old. It's really bad. Some of it is really bad. But yeah, the other part of that we were talking about labels and identity politics and how important it is to society, how people see themselves and view themselves, and the labels and shackles or that are put on people, stereotypes and stuff like that, all that stuff. I was talking about that. Really, I was. And then we got into popular music and we were talking about the difference between Blackstreet and Backstreet. Oh my God, it sounds like you said how people self-ingenify. No, no, I self-identify. It's a self-ingenify. I think that's a great word for it. Um, self-ingenify. I don't know if that's a word, Cargo, but it's late, so we'll let that one slide. But yeah, yeah, Yas Poet, that's just what we were talking about. So this is just the chill kickback part of the live stream. I'm getting to the point where, yeah, it is now. So we just created a new word in the live stream as well. I'm going to end this at an hour because, like I said, just for the benefit of time, homie, I all of politics. Well, it's not just politics and politics. It's just how people self-identify. I identify as a dude. Oh my God, here we go. We just created a new word. I identify. Well, like I said, that's just what it is. Maybe dyslexia was kicking in, because I have dude junk. Well, there's some people out there that would say that your dude junk, is not suitable to what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. This it's just crazy. I self-identify as a woman. Well, I self-identify as a legend. That's what I do. I'm a legend. That's what it is. I don't know. It's just different ways people see themselves. It's the difference between somebody feeling like that they were born as a man and meant to be a man, and then the next minute they want to be a woman and stuff like that. So, that's the different things. It's kind of crazy. Mel, yes, dream big, my friend. Well, that wasn't a dream. That wasn't a dream, Sparrow. That wasn't a dream. What I was telling you was a reality. Um, legends are born; they're not made. You know. So when you're a legend, it's hard sometimes. Just they won't they won't appreciate me. It's like Drake said: if I die before I wake, I'm a mother effing legend. Oh my God, I'm a mother effing legend. So those are the words of Drake. I quoted it from Canada to the U.S. That's just what it is. That's how I self-identify. But on a serious note, that's just what it is. I can say that I get it, but when I reach legendary status, I will let you know. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Definitely have a good night, Yas Poet. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Just for being here for a minute, for a second. Whatever it could be. I appreciate you for stopping by and dropping by. Why deny? Why lie? Why ask why? That's what it is. Good night, poet, to you. So I'll be live for another 9 minutes or so. And I have to give a special thanks to you, Cargo, and you, Llama Monster. Definitely, you are definitely two awesome people here. You held me down in the chat tonight, and you didn't have to. So I appreciate that, definitely. And for the one person lurking in the background, whether you're still here or not here, no, seriously, Cargo, it means something. It means something. This is how you make it through. Sometimes it's just one or two people. Sometimes you don't even know what the hell you're talking about yourself. You're just like, can I make it? Like I said, I would try to make it. But that's just what it is. And it's other nights when, you're not even sure why people came through, and it's like 15 people in the chat, and they're going back and forth, and it's fun, and it's free, and it's this. Not to say this isn't fun. This is fun as well. It's just, I remember when I was just doing this live stream, and in the first 3 minutes or so, I'm like, ain't nobody come through yet. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. No, you do think about it and you keep going. I had debates in my mind. I haven't done a live stream in a long while. Yeah, this is true. This is true, Llama Monster. But for somebody like me, for a lot of us out there that are trying to make the watch time, that are trying to get there, sometimes unless you have a viral video and a stash, and you've built up your audience to the point where every video you drop is a million views, this is what it is. I've live streamed so many hours. I'm still wondering why I ain't got there yet. But that's just what it is. So you just kind of push forward and put it in perspective. And grateful to the people that come by and the support. And I'm gonna make it my damnness to come by your channels. I gotta come by your channels after this live stream is over and just show some love and some support. Watch a video, watch a few videos. Mm. Mm. You probably saw some teeth drip. It's all good. I ain't gotta be perfect on this live stream. I did one today because I had to redraw for my giveaway. Yeah, nah, definitely. I seen you out there, Cargo, and I like how you started the intro of your live stream. If I'm not mistaken, you said if you're watching this, you're probably watching the replay. I was like, oh, that's dope. I was like, that's dope. If I'm not mistaken, that's what you said in the beginning. You was like, if you're watching this now, you'll probably watch the replay. And I was like, yo, how does she know? how did she know I was coming for the replay? I said I catch you on the replay. Pondy replay. So don't be surprised if I steal that from you, Cargo. I probably will steal that for you. Yeah, that's real. Nah. It's seriously, Lava Monster. I was watching it and I had to rewind it back a couple of times. I'm like, did she just say that? She's like, oh, she said it in the Cargo voice. Yeah, party replay. Yeah. She's like, oh, if you're watching it, you're probably watching the replay. And I was like, this is the replay. This is for you. I was like, oh, okay. So I don't know if she stole my replay, gang. I was waiting for two hands to go up. She was like, replay, gang. And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. But that's a good idea. I might do that somewhere. So, I'm saying this while Cargo Sparrow is here. I'm saying 619. If you're watching this now, let me use it in my cargo voice. If you're watching this now, then you're probably watching the replay. I don't know. Let me stop. That was a bad impression. But if you're at this point, then, if I ever do that sign, you will be busted a guess over it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I just made it up. I just literally replay gang gang. I don't know. I don't know what that sign means. Hopefully it's not a real gang sign, but you know, that's just replay gang gang, So, but yeah, for anybody that makes it to this part of this live stream, I will give you a shout out. I don't care. And I'm impressed. You make it 55 minutes in and you sing the gang gang replay gang, you're a dedicated subscriber, follower, soldier, lover, of male content, or whatever the case may be. Yes, 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 Llama Monster. I know that would make you laugh, make you cry, make you want to live and never die. And I know I got a third person in here. Thank you for the third person to come through. Whoever you are lurking in the background, it could be anybody. We're hardcore. There you go. Like former hardcore subscribers out there. Grrr, grrr. That's for the hardcore subscribers out there. Grrr. So that's what it is. I appreciate you folks. You make it worth coming on YouTube. And then the best part about it, sometimes people don't understand about these live streams here. Like there's a low numbers. It sometimes it be so damn drama free. I want to cry myself. For me to be able to have this type of conversation and really have like a deep conversation. Me and Lama Monster were talking about some real heavy stuff in the beginning of this live stream. To have that and not have the trolling and the negativity, that was definitely an awesome thing. So, I appreciate it, because like I said, I know you don't have to stick with me and stay with me. And Lama Monster literally has been with me all but of 3 minutes. The gun show, we're all stars here at the gun show. It's the dope show. We're all stars now in the dope show. And then there was Lynn Denton. Girl, yes, hardcore, hardcore. There we go. Hardcore subscriber. You gotta love some Lynn Denton. Lynn Denton is passionate. And we have to be passionate about her. But I don't want to get too in the love fest. I don't want to fog up the screen. I don't want it to get too crazy in here. But shout out to you. Shout out to you, yeah. Shout out to you, Liz. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for being who you are. And 4 people. I'm surprised I got 4 people in the chat right now. But that's what it is. I still love you people. And I will always love you. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Love you right back. Love you right back. Miss Lynn Denton. Thank you. Shout out to Seth as well. Get with it, Val. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know how it is. One of my favorite songs from Whitney, Your Birthday is Coming the 15th. Yes, it is. The 15th is today, actually, here. And happy birthday to you. Is it 12 o'clock yet? Happy birthday to Linda. It is actually. Happy birthday to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's not. Yeah, happy birthday to you. Like I said, go, go, shorty. It's your birthday. We don't give up because it's your birthday. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what it is. Nah, it's Lynn. It's Lynn. What I'm saying? Like I said, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, shorty, get down. Yeah. Popping all over town, it's what it is. So, Lynn, hopefully you have a great birthday. Hopefully you do all the things, many, caviar dreams and champagne wishes. You're my first age to this business. That's what's up. That's what's up. Are you going to live stream, for your birthday? I don't know. Who knows? But I know you're going to get a lot of birthday surprises and, tantalizes and all this other stuff that we can't talk about on camera. What I'm saying, like I said, you're gonna get some birthday situations going on. I don't know. The men dropping and knocking down your door. Wanting some of that Len. Ooh, Len. Oh my God. Ooh. Anyway, I don't want to get too, crazy on this live stream and whatnot. This is a family live stream. God forgive me for that lie. Drive 6 hours tomorrow. I have a street 2 hours night at the hotel. Yeah, oof. Oof, at the hotel. Oh my God. Girl, won't you come to my hotel? No, I can't sing R. Kelly. That's not the best thing. What I'm saying? Hotel, motel, holiday inn. Nah, the family live stream with Dictionary Theory. Oh, you got jokes. You got jokes. 6 hours, man. Yeah. 6 hours. On the road again. All alone on the road again. Just trying to get through the wind. Ooh. Oh man, I used to love road trips. Now they just wear me out. That's what she said. But anyway, yeah, this is a family live stream. You want ice cream? I wish I could give you some ice cream through the live stream, all the cream that you could desire. But that's another story. Yeah, like I said, ice cream, ice cream. That's what I'm talking about. Ice cream. Lynn has had in my live streams. Lynn has had some of the best one-liners and best comments. Like the one you had that was memorable for the week, was the camel toe. That was memorable. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Whoa, the llama monster. That's just too much. Lynn has had some zingers. The stuff about oranges. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we've had some really pretty fun live streams going on. I don't know why it says two people are still here when there's three of you in here, but it is what it is when it comes to that. The juicy fruit. Yes, sometimes I have good one-liners, but I don't say them because they aren't so family friendly. Yeah, because this is a family friendly live stream. And I say nothing but pure things. And I know the people in my chat do the same. But for the most part, it is like that. Wow, wow, wow. I ain't gonna lie, Lynn has definitely had some beautiful one-liners and whatnot. Yeah, yeah, But like I said, I keep it family friendly just in case the sponsors are watching. Anybody. Cornflakes, Colgate, Coca-Cola. There's no frills deodorant. Why not? This is actually no frills deodorant. Wow, fresh scents, alcohol-free roll-on anti-perspirant deodorant. Yeah, yeah. I know where that's from. Or Dove. Dove by men. The best that a man can get. I don't know. That's Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get. Anyway, if anybody wants to sponsor Mel, just holler at me. Just don't combine the Colgate with the cornflakes. Yeah, that sounds like death. Anyway, I don't want any of that. But like I said, if there's anybody out there that wants to sponsor the late shift, any corporation, any company, I mean, of course, I still speak my piece. Just holler at me. I'll do that. Like I said, I'll get back to you, whatnot. All right, Llama, the shocker factor, 2 in the P, 1 in the S. Wow, that's another one. So many zingers, so many zingers. Oh my God. And then Len is just gonna have this whole family-friendly live stream when she does it. She's good at that. I don't know how she does that. She gets on other people's live streams and gets naughty. Len is on tonight. Uh, can I send you a pile of money if you want? Can't say it'll be very useful though. Hey, you can send me a pile of money. I listen. I only take hundreds. It's all about the Benjamins. Nah, but seriously though, that's just what it is. You know. Yeah, it's on tonight, Lynn. I don't know what Cargo meant by that. But it is your birthday. and it's not actually your birthday because your birthday hasn't happened yet. But in the future, I'm celebrating your birthday. I'm gonna go make some bad decisions in your honor tonight. I don't know. Don't give me the line to you, But I'm like, I did it for Lynn. So be it. It's all good. Lynn rescued me tonight. Oh, okay, okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being rescued. Females sticking together and stuff like that. But that's definitely good. That's definitely good. I like to see people sticking together. I like to see people, doing what they do. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Um, I don't know. I'm just here right now with you folks, trying to figure out if there's anything else to say. How many more hours you got, Lynn, before your birthday? I don't know how you could tell me. You know, um, I think how many hours are you behind? You guys were having a gun show, and while I got guns, they aren't for show. So thanks, Lynn. Wow, wow, wow. I I caught on to that one. I caught on to that one. Wow. I should know what that means, but I know exactly what that meant. Wow, wow, wow. There's a speechless moments. There's few speechless moments that I have unless I'm drinking water on a live stream, and that was one of them. Wow, I totally understood that. Wow. But moving right along about this weather. Oh man, the summer weather is so beautiful. Wow, wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it is. Oh my God. Um, oh my God. It's hot outside, yes, and it's hot in the live stream as well too. Sometimes. And somebody keeps coming in. A fourth person keeps dipping in and out. I wonder who that person is. There was a lot of lurkers in this live stream today. There's people that jumped in and out. They said, look, I like you, Mel, but you're going a little too deep tonight. You're talking about this label and stuff like that. Yeah, well, the Handy Camper. Oh man, appreciate you for coming through, Handy Camper. Thank you. We had a real deep conversation tonight, and then it degenerated into something else. But please don't be shy, Handy Camper, to say hello, happy birthday to our birthday girl, Lynn Denton. It is her birthday today, depending on where you're at in this section of the world. So that's what it is. Handy is epic. He is epic. And I haven't been to his channel in a while. I admit that. I'm a poor subscriber, so I have to become rich by actually coming by your live streams, not your live streams, your channels, and doing that or whatever the case may be. But hopefully all is well with you, Handy Camper. Hopefully all is well with your family, and everything that you're trying to do with your channel. Much success to you, much love to you and support for just stopping by. I appreciate you for being here, in this live stream at this moment in time. You know, um, yes, Handy is epic. Me and Seth did a Thomas the Train show today. Did you film it, or was it something that you did personally, then? Um, yeah, it is. It is. Well, technically not yet because it depends on the time zone that you're in, Handy. You know, um, give me one moment in time. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Well, it depends on where you're at because I don't know how your time zone is working. For me, it's the 15th here. So happy birthday to you, Lynn. Definitely. You know, um, I'll let you say the age and stuff like that. Yes, ma'am. There's a vid up. Okay. Okay, I need to check that out. It's a song, Mel, I'm singing. Okay. Oh, okay. One more time. Oh, give it to you one. Oh, you singing Britney Spears? Lynn is, wow. It's never good to ask a woman for her age, so I'm not even getting into all that, but, Lynn is looking, nice and beautiful for her age and doing what she's doing. And may you have many more birthdays and many more days, This is what it is, definitely. She's looking a lot like 21 to me, So there you go, you know. Nice, tight, bright skin, beautiful eyes, yeah, long flowing hair, all that stuff. Not to get too crazy, but that's just what it is. Oh my God, you gotta just try not to get in trouble on these live streams. This is family friendly, family friendly. I swear it is. I swear it is family friendly. All these beautiful things are being said. Um, But I'm not going to keep you folks too long because I have been on here. Yes, she's quite lovely. Wink, wink. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Yeah, there you go. That concludes the musical portion of this live stream. Woo! Yeah, thank you for being here with me. You know, and thank you for the folks coming through. Thank you for the lurkers. Thank you for anything. Bada bing. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Bam. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you have a great birthday, Lynn, and thank you for showing up. Shout out to you and Seth. Shout out to you and your family. You know, may you live long and prosper. You know, live long and prosper. You know, always. You know, definitely I'll shout you out, shout you a holler. And for the most part, thank you all folks for coming through. As always, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. And, you know, for dramatic effect, I got to cut the light off. Definitely very welcome. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful?